Welcome back to Fine Music, everyone. We are all together this week, and this is going to be episode 597. We start off with our leadoff man, Fred Whitlock.
Jazz harp is nothing new, but if you were listening to jazz in the late 60s, early 70s, you might have heard Alice Coltrane on harp playing improvised jazz. I discovered this woman, Amanda Whitting, and she had an album that came out in 2022, Lost in Abstraction. And it's 10 original cuts. She's a composer and a producer. She has a guest star, Chris Wickham, that shows up on a number of cuts with sax and flute. The sound just washes over you and it's very original. It'll kind of blends in uh, with world music and jazz. She had an album that came out in April of 25. She It's called The Illuminability of Her. And she creates this whole identity. It's gentle, dynamic all at the same time. Her solos are quite deep and masterful. She plays extremely well and captures uh, sometimes funky, sometimes hypnotic jazz fusion. Uh, the songs just shift shape from time to time. And again, Chris is on flute. She has Mark O'Connor joining her on a couple of cuts on this album, doing percussion and hand drums. She has a singer from Australia on here, Peach, she calls herself, and adds a whole new dynamic to a couple of songs. The musical dialogue between the players is enchants and explores different emotions and the importance of the heart. Then she came out with an EP recently in January, Can You See Me Now? And again, the harpist just starts off with a great musical journey. And it's about, in fact, most of the cuts explore womanhood and her personal journey. And again, it explores jazz sounds, soul sounds, and a spiritual feel to some of the tunes. What Do We Need features a vocalist, Alice Russell. There's a stand-up bass on the album, drumming. This woman's classically trained, but also is very prominent. This Welsh player is very prominent in the jazz world. Then from Belgium, I discovered this band, DANS, and their sixth album came out in 22. It's it's a trio, and it's called Dark Jazz Rock. It's all improvised, well thought out though, and the cuts rise from experimental to fluid psychedelic hard rock with jazz overtones, and the music just struts out all kinds of styles, and the guitars come out, the guitar playing comes out loud sometimes, other times in nice, gentle jazz notes. The boundaries are broken down, lots of exciting notes, and array of beats and guitar playing. I would look into this Belgium group, DANS. Also from Belgium is Black Flower. Kinetic came out in January of this year, and they're a five-piece band led by a saxophone flute player, Nathan Dames, Daems. And there's five members in this band, and it has some dance beats to it, but it's a jazz statement done with Afrobeat. It's unexpected notes come up out of nowhere and leap at you, and loops are used through some of the tunes. The band just shifts from styles and stretches out and really expressive and surprising in different directions. Sometimes it's gritty, sometimes it's delicate jolts come out and just ripple through the sound, and it's bold and great patterns in the music, and it's I think, an important musical statement. Black Flower, check them out. That also from Europe, a German player, and his name is SILVAN STRAUSS, and he's got an album that came out in January, Flunkin, Flukin, and he's a drummer, and this is his second release, and his drumming just floats with pulsating beats throughout the album. And the instrumental players play with flutes and acoustic strings come in with electronic signals going through it. And it gets experimental and dreamy some points. It's someone called it chill jazz, and it's got a little bit of hip hop in it. There's a song Rose that features a vocal and a rap in the middle. And there's a song Bowie, which is a tribute, of course, tribute to David Bowie. And the 10 tracks just radiate gentle but detailed, intricate sound. And I really enjoyed listening to this album, Flunkin. Then, if you're in the mood for some smooth jazz, there's a new album that came out in February by saxophone player Tim Merritt. It's called 24K. And if you're into Boney James or John Clemmer's latest albums, or you remembered Grover Washington Jr., you'll like this album if you need something different at the end of the day. It's easygoing, but great playing, distinctive sound on a saxophone. Electric keyboards set the mood and the atmosphere throughout the whole album. It's in the smooth jazz world, you need something that's a little bit different, something that captures your ear, and this is the album that does it.
Okay, gallery. Looks like we got homework,
Oh,
jazz homework.
um, so Amanda Whiting, is that her?
Yeah,
Whiting.
Could be.
Okay.
Whiting.
Did you listen to the Christmas Switch when the her
No,
album?
I hadn't gotten to that one yet.
Okay. So I listened to it. I'm assuming it's her take, jazz piano take on the Peanuts gang. And
Oh,
I thought it was because of the album cover and because it came out in Christmas. I played the whole thing and I remember I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're covering her." So she's so good in her
yeah.
piano playing and the jazz and the saxophone and everything. Man, she's super talented and I watched her live. So
Oh,
I'm glad you brought her up because I was really hoping someone or either one of us could bring her up, but I'm glad you did. So,
Ooh, all right. Thank you, Fred.